I saw absolute possibilities because I met with the ERC, I met with Denise, and I was just excited about what they did. And I knew that if I put them in the same space as some of the LME members, something magical could potentially happen, because LME are, some of their thinking is just, you know what I mean, just disruptive, it's just out there. And so for me, it was about bringing this grassroots organization at the beginning of their journey in collaboration with one of the best mass participation event organizers in the world, and just saying, if we put the two together, what could happen? And for me, it exceeded all my expectations, because the vibe in the room, the excitement, the ideas that were generating were just phenomenal. And I think for me, just watching the ERC members from the time we had lunch with Hugh up until this point, and they're seeing the kind of the possibilities just opening and opening and opening, has been phenomenal. What do I expect? I believe that this today was a seminal moment in the history of ERC and also for LME, and I think that going forward we're going to see something absolutely amazing being created. I think that ERC are going to become a global brand, a name that is known throughout the whole of running, and they're going to change lives, and I think that today was a catalyst for making that happen.
Emancipated Run Crew is a grassroots running organisation. We're really a family, and we exist so that black and brown people can run free in a judgment-free space, in a safe space which champions them, which celebrates them, which hears them and sees them and respects them. But we also work with organisations, brands, to challenge the perception of what a typical runner looks like. Our growth is one of an organic, evolutionary growth, which was really based on our own lived experience. I've been a runner for over 25 years, and I've run around the world, and just noted the fact that I was just a singular person in a very white space. And so when I started to speak to my sister and my running brother Trojan, who are also co-founders about it, we thought actually something needs to change, but we didn't quite know what. But then people kept saying to us, you know, why don't you create a running group? And Trojan had already started to try and get people to run together. And it was only when we came up with a name that it really landed. That story of emancipation and the links to our history, and the fact that as our ancestors as slaves ran for freedom, and we just continue that, and our motto is run free. So that is what we're about.
So coming into the session with Emancipated Run Crew, I thought there were a sea of possibilities. What those might be, I had absolutely no idea, but I knew from meeting Dee, Jules and Trojan that there was something, there was passion, and there were possibilities. Coming out of it, I'm just so excited about the 2.5 hours of conversations that we've had, about the combined vision, and how London Marathon events can support Emancipated Run Crew on whatever journey that they want to go on. So this is about them, not about us. It's how we can support them. And the energy, the enthusiasm, the passion, the authenticity that came out of that room was heartwarming and emotional. So that's how I feel.
So it was really important for us that the essence of ERC was captured in the room today. So the way that we designed the session was to ensure that even if you'd never heard of ERC before, you could feel the energy and why it was so important to its members. And prior to the session, I worked with ERC to help them to think about what does ERC mean and what does it mean to its members, and they captured that in the word belonging. And that was the vibe, the essence, the feel that we wanted to be in the room, and to make sure that that ran through the whole session, and that we could hear and see and feel that in the ideas that were generated and in the challenge that was given also. So not just to come up with answering the big question as to how ERC could grow and be a global brand, but to make sure that that was achieved and the ideas that were generated were within their parameters. So for us to serve our client in the right way, it was really important that we could understand what was important to them, what was their essential criteria, and then how we brought that to life, but still ran a powerful and efficient brainstorming session.
So my expectations coming into today were that we were here to support ERC, Emancipated Run Crew, to strategize and think about the long-term future of where they want to take their crew. And I feel we've really achieved that today. It's been an amazing session, a great sense of kind of energy in the room, really powerful ideas and inspirational thinking from a lot of us within the room. Great to collaborate on some of these ideas and think them through further and start to think about next steps and how we can implement some of those as well. So I'm really excited personally to see what we can do together and how we can progress this partnership and think about the long-term future of ERC, and hopefully it'll be here for a very, very long time.
Emancipated Run Crew was born out of that kind of sense of, you know, running is for everyone, but is it really? We didn't see that, but we wanted to make that true. And creating a community where people see themselves, they hear themselves, they're allowed to have a voice, they're allowed to be seen, they're celebrated, they're supported, they're championed, no matter where they are on their running journey. No one gets left behind. So, you know, it's such a special situation where you have people freely messaging saying, I love being in this space, I love the family that I have here, I wouldn't have run had I not been in this crew, or I only started running when I heard about Emancipated Run Crew, or can you come to Birmingham because we don't have anything like this and I really feel that we really need something like this. It's really inspiring and it just shows the power of community.